Darren Stevenson of the Darren Stevenson YouTube channel. Go, do the plug.
The best YouTube channel.
Do the plug.
The plug?
Yeah, plug it.
What's the plug?
Plug it, say your channel. Alright, we're gonna start again.
Reading Ban Imperial, and then one of the best decks is compromised entirely of spells. It's pretty cool.
Anything else?
It didn't like do enough. Every deck is still really powered, and then like summoning sorcerers will come out in like Europe. It's already out in America. Like you'll see like the results of Columbus will just be like dumb. You just see a bunch of dumb decks with like summoning sorcerers. So here you're just seeing a bunch of fair decks. It's probably like one of the better formats now without summoning sword, but there's still like a lot of room for like Goki and stuff to thrive. So I don't agree with the list, but better than what we had before. So it's pretty cool.
What do you think are some of the best decks post-banlist?
Altergeist. Everything else is just the buy.
Even in America?
In America, I think Goki is the best deck.
Okay.
Goki's just insane.
So if you were an American event for this, you would have played it?
Yeah, I was like 99% playing guys if I was in America. Even Goku was legal, I was playing guys too.
Okay. Was there anything else that you feel like the ban list didn't address other than Goki, perhaps?
Nothing. I feel like it limits like what the next couple products will do. Like Thunder Dragons might not be a good deck. A lot of the decks that are still like viable are just like way better than Thunder Dragons. So now you have like a dead product essentially. And like maybe something to push dangers as well. But again, like that's just like a long-term sort of thing where I want the ban list to like make new stuff thrive.
Jonas, the ban list came out quite late with this event. How did you feel about it? What was your initial thoughts for the ban list coming into this event?
I was happy that there was a ban list, but I don't know, it's weird. I don't remember when we last had a ban list like that late, but I think it was good because previous Goki was so powerful, and now I think Goki is like manageable, and yeah. So I like the ban list.
What did you think about the specific hits to Goki? Do you think it was enough, or should have been a little bit more, especially since we're getting summon sorcerers soon?
I'm scared of summon sorcerers, but I don't know. I think Goblin is a really good card to hit because like not targeting stuff makes it really hard to break the board, and the extra normal summon is so strong in any deck, like not even in Goki, and like everything else as well, and will be a problem for like ever, I think. And I think the Goki cards in itself, they're like all Sangan, and that's it. And Rematch is the only good card, and maybe Super X, but I don't think they're like ban worthy. I think the cards like Firewall or the Nightmares are the problem, and not like the Gokis itself.
What did you think about just the drones being hit to 1 and nothing else for Sky Striker, especially since at this event Sky Striker has 50% of the top cut?
I mean, Sky Striker just, they don't care really. I mean, it hurts the consistency a little bit, but most of the time it only hits the decks that are playing
using the engine.
Yeah, they're just using the engine like Trickster or Magnites or Invoked. And I think that's good because like the engine, so drones in itself is so powerful. You just get 2 monsters for free without a normal summon, and I think that's fine. But I mean, pure Sky Striker is so powerful right now, so
I think they should have done a little bit more?
Maybe, but I mean it's a new archetype, so they always like hit it a little bit and then like they kill it or make it even worse.
I thought it was better than it actually was at the beginning, because I mean the thing that came to my mind initially was Firewall not being banned. That was really weird in my opinion, but
not really unsurprising.
Yeah, kind of answer. And I don't know. I mean, in general, the Goki still proved to be quite alive. But I liked quite a few changes. I like the drones to 1 especially. For the Sky Striker, I think it makes it a lot fair. But I still think there are a lot of problems around. Firewall being 1, Soul Charge especially being so insane. And I don't think it changed much in the end. Even less in the US probably because of Summon and Sorcerer. And I think the new one is gonna be like not before November. So we're gonna wait a lot. So I'm not that excited about playing at next event because of that, but I don't know, we'll see. We always have to adapt, that's how it always has been. So for Goki, I think that was the main issue. Like Goblin was a really good hit in my opinion, because it makes Entraps a lot more a lot weirder, but yeah, outside of Goblin, I mean, if it was Goblin Firewall, it would have been fine, honestly. like as I said, soul charge just because it's still games he shouldn't be doing. But outside of that, even Stratos was fair in my opinion.
It made Goki certainly less consistent, so you can't play hand traps as much, so it's a lot more fragile, and that was probably reflected the amount of people that played the deck. I thought Spiral had similar issues, but it had like a better like, you know, the boards that you end with are much more crazy. But maybe Goki was better, but I wanted to enjoy myself. I didn't want to play pure Sky Striker because it was not a combo deck, which was boring, but maybe it was probably the better choice for the event. But you know, I enjoyed myself playing this. The ban list was okay. I think they didn't address Firewall, which was the main issue, but I guess they're not allowed. But other than that, it was reasonable, but the main cards that were problematic weren't hit, so it was just like here's a ban list because you asked for one type of scenario, I think. With 3 Ray and 1 drone, it was still fine. It's the most powerful deck in terms of consistency and what it tries to do every game. So I don't think it was a big hit for it. I think it affected Trickstars more than actually the actual pure deck. So yeah, I think the pure deck was fine. You can see 400 people played this for this event. It's probably going to win the event. So you know, they didn't really, I think they wanted it to be the deck for the event anyway.
Well, it was a bit late. I think Konami tried to ban Firewall, but they lost the battle with Japan, sadly. So yeah, it was a bit late. I was already set on Goki set because there was no deck that could come close to it. So we had 1 week to prepare without like, well, with Goki. First we were at Goki, we thought it's still possible to do all of the combos. One of my teammates, Tom Vierwoods, was absolutely religiously convinced that it would still be the best deck. I thought so as well first. We tested, and the thing is, with Summon Sorcerers in the US, all those builds, all those combos are so much easier. Like, the deck is really threatening over there. Right here, I felt like it's very vulnerable against Hand Trap, and Ash could kill you. Like, before the ban list, that would not happen. So we moved to Sky Striker, like one of my friends who is on top right now, Ericos. He and Temis make a really good build to beat the mirror mostly, because we expected only Sky Striker, because we would think that with 1 week time the average player will move to a deck that is not hit or not is hit badly, so either Trickstar or Sky Striker.
What did you think of the drones hit?
I understand it. I think it's their message that they want the engine only to be used in a real Sky Striker deck. I could also see them hitting Engage because Engage is pretty like stupid. It's a searchable pot of green kind of card. So, but at 1 it would become really sacky. Like, let's say you have 1 Engage in your deck and you reveal off the field spell. I understand why they went for Hornet. I'm really glad they didn't hit Kagari because that's an ultimate rare. But other than that, it's alright. It's a decent hit. It doesn't kill the deck, which they didn't want to. Yeah. It's a fine hit.
Not enough time. Should have been earlier, but it was necessary. So I guess 1 week before the event is still better than never. But I think it's all right. It's not the greatest format, but like, I mean, Goki is not very successful here, I think. So I kind of solved it without banning Firewall, which I think they should have done, but like whatever.
Unless you're in America.
Well, yeah, I think in America it's much more of a problem because like Summon Sorcerers is just insane. But either way, I think they did. Like, Sky Striker is still a really good deck, but that's just because the other decks kind of can't compete. Just there's no really. There's like Altergeist and Sky Striker, and both of them are inconsistent because they only have like 9 engine cards each, which is like not very good for a format. But overall, I still think it's alright.
What did you think of the striker hits? Well, just single hit, I guess, just
like,
drones.
The drones is what makes it good in every deck, right? It's like that's what you splash into everything, whereas now you either have to play the ones that you don't want in other decks, just to have targets for engage, or you play like 3 engage on 1 drones, where you can't do anything anymore with the multiple engages. So I think it's a good hit because it leaves pure Sky Striker alive, but it doesn't make it. It just makes it inconsistent, more inconsistent. So like it doesn't have such an insane win rate anymore because you're not opening a monster a couple of games. So I think the striker hits are good. The Goki hit I don't think is good enough, especially if you're considering America.
Darren Stevenson of the Darren Stevenson YouTube channel. Go do the plug.
the best YouTube channel.
Do the plug.
The plug?
Yeah, plug it.
What's the plug?
Plug it. Say your channel. Now we're gonna start again.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel called Darren Stevenson. Very innovative name. Go subscribe, please. Give me some ideas on what to change my name to, because I have no idea. But I do have an idea about Yu-Gi-Oh! So please watch my videos.
So coming into this event, we had the ban list drop very recently. What was your thoughts on it coming into this?
Oh, it took me aback. I really thought, since it took so long, that Firewall was going to get banned, but like, of course it wasn't. Goblin getting banned was like really like wow, and Invoker made Goki seem like it was really terrible. But I still played Goki because even though you've lost a lot of star cards, I still think the deck's very explosive. But it's not unfair to the point where it's the outright best deck, so I think it was really good for the format, because last format, the ban list was really good, because last format it was just overwhelmingly the best, whereas this format, it's arguably the best, and I think that's more healthy.
Okay, anything else that you felt that should have been addressed in Goki, or is it in a good place? You know, because especially the fact that we're getting Summon Sork soon, so that boosts the deck to best deck level potentially.
I'm not sure how good it is in America. From what since I've read Summon Sorceress, I feel like, yeah, it is a bit ridiculous. I feel like that deck should be the best deck, but from what I've heard from my American friends, that it just loses to one Ash Blossom, just like, or one Hand Trap rather, just like it does here. So maybe the format isn't that different, but you just play it differently with the Armageddon Knight stuff. Yeah.
What was your thoughts on just the singular drones hit to Sky Striker, considering that 50% of top cut to date is Sky Striker?
Justifiable. I don't think the hit was to hit Sky Striker per se. It was just to hit the splashable engines, because it can get really ridiculous. Because how can you say Pure's the best when you can just whack the engine in everything? Because then you can just play it with a more consistent engine, like last format when you played Trickstar Sky Striker, because it had more starter cards, and it was better because they didn't have Hayate. Now the deck has Hayate. They play more engages when they go second, because Ray and Drone can turn to engage when it attacks direct. But drones at 1 just means that every deck can't do that. Just Sky Striker. And that's why Sky Striker is the best for doing that with that engine.